Happy Monday. If you're watching on replay, put in the comments, hashtag replay, so I know when you see it. We'll give everybody a minute to jump on and get myself situated. So far, Facebook has not kicked me off today like it did last week, so that's good. As you jump on, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on. My phone looks a little crooked. Hopefully it doesn't look crooked to you all. If you are, hi Jean. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, know that I am streaming on both. So if for some reason you get a glitch in you're watching on Facebook, you can always jump over to the Little Yarn Shop's YouTube channel and find me there too. Joyce, Sock Madness round 3 has begun. Excellent. Hey, Malcolm. Nicole's working on her Who You Gonna shawl. Cindy's working on a lap blanket. Mary's working on a vest. Good, good. Hi, Holly. Oh, Terry working on summer sorrel. Excellent, excellent. I am back to not having anything in front of me that I can just knit on while I'm talking. So I'm a little bit fidgety today. I'll try and keep it under control. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mama. Hi, Diane. I will probably say it later, but in case I forget, I will not be doing a Monday motivation next Monday, which would be the 10th, because I will be in Florida, sunny Florida. Very happy to be getting somewhere south, although my husband was looking at the forecast the other day and he said it's supposed to be like 70 on Wednesday, which is awesome. I'm okay with leaving good weather to go down to really good weather. I want things to start like sprouting and blossoming around here. Debbie working on a summer news. Diane not knitting right now. Wow. Okay. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is April 3rd, 2023. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SBRC Marketplace. As you jump on, if you've noticed, people are telling me what they're working on. Feel free to put that in the comments too. If you end up having to leave and can't watch the entire video now, you can always go back on Facebook and YouTube under live videos, I believe, and re-watch the whole thing afterwards. 89 today, yes. Lisa's working on Mary Anna colorwork sweater. Oh, Mary, working on your Velacor already. You're probably going to beat me on that one because I'm working on, 20 different things. So hours for the marketplace and for the shop, Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Deb has Monday night drop-in help from 6:30 to 8:30 up in the front lobby while I am in the shop. Next Monday, because I won't be here, if you are coming to drop in knitting, the girls will probably be the people, not necessarily always girls. My lights again, one moment. I think they heard me threaten. I didn't have to get very far. Malcolm asked my mom if she taught me how to knit. That is kind of a funny story. Some of you have probably heard. Maybe I'll get back to that. I'm trying to stay focused. Next Monday, the folks will probably be meeting in here in the shop since I will not be in here doing the live. Social knitting is Thursday evening, and that starts, I'd say, somewhere around 5 o'clock. People start showing up, and then they're here till, I don't know, some are here till 8, some are here till 9. Some might be here a little bit later than that. The boardroom is open past 6, so there is potential for food and beverages here until later. Jackie's working on your campana. Excellent. So let's see, what am I working on? Mary mentioned that she's working on her Velocore sweater. I am working on mine as well. Velocore is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. I have all the pages except for that one. Here we go. There is the Velocore. Fingering weight done in the round, bottom up, boxy sweater. I am making slow progress, but I'm getting there. I love this Zauberball as the background yarn. You can see the color changes. It doesn't look like, it doesn't look overly stripy. I'm looking at the video right now and I see I'm in stripes. That's stripes. That's stripes. I'm knitting stripes. Oh yeah, I do love stripes. Anybody can wear them. We've got patterns that look good on every body. The slipping sideways is a good one for that. But it doesn't look overly stripy because of the muted nature of the different colors in the yarn, which I really like. But I am getting there. And it's a really simple knit 2 rows with one color, knit 2 rows with the other color, and it's got this tiny little twisted cable every so many stitches. So I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. My biggest dilemma right now is which of my projects are going to go to Florida with me. I am working on, I can show a little bit of this. My shawl that Jill, Knitterella, Jill Zielinski is, I'm test knitting it. Julie and I are sort of tech editing, test knitting, sample knitting all at once while Jill writes it, which is fun. And it's a little bit of mosaic. I am knitting mine with the 3 shop custom colors, which if you're looking on Facebook, those look pretty darn good. This like, I don't even know if I would call it like a raspberry color, I guess. It's more purple than that. This turquoise, and then this is a really dark, like purpley blue. It's not even a navy. We decided the yarns should be called Deb. Let me hold them back where you can see them all. Deb, Kristen, and Karen, because the colors very much represent us. We'll see. I haven't quite talked Jill into that yet. These are for Julie. I heard that you're in quarantine. That sucks. I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling okay. That you're not getting hit with it too badly. Kits are up for pre-order right now. Melissa posted the link to the website. There are 7 different kit options. The one that I'm using is kit F. This is all 3 of these colors are custom for the shop and exclusive to the shop. And Jill will be here for a trunk show on LYS Day, which is April 29th, but we can't guarantee what colors she will have here or what kits we will have in the shop. So the best way to do that, best way to make sure you get yours is to pre-order it so it's ready. I can ship the kits if you're not local. I would be happy to do that. The kits are $130. They include the 3 skeins of yarn, Little Yarn Shop tote bag, a download code for the pattern, and a few other things that I haven't figured out yet. So what I can show you as far as I've gotten with it is this little bit right here. So it's not a mystery knit. Jill will be, if you follow Knitterella and North Bay Fibers, because the yarn we're using is her company, North Bay Fibers. If you follow her on Instagram, she will be posting little sneak peeks as we go along. I'm supposed to not show any more than what she has shown so far. So don't look at this top little bit. But is it asymmetrical? A little bit of striping, a little bit of mosaic so far, nothing overly complicated. It's a fun knit. I definitely am taking this to Florida with me because I think I'll have more knitting to do on it before I get back. And while I'm talking about that, let's talk a little bit more about LYS Day. So Local Yarn Store Day is April 29th. We will be here at the shop for sure 10 to 6. I may be opening early. I haven't quite figured that out yet because it's already a pretty long day for us. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for more details. If you don't get my newsletter, I tried to post a link to it on Facebook. I put a newsletter out yesterday. If you think you're on the email list, but you don't see it, check your spam folder. There's info in there about classes and Local Yarn Store Day, events coming up, all kinds of good stuff. Casapinka will have a new pattern that will be released on LYS Day also. It will be a 2-color fingering weight shawl. I have seen kind of a sneak peek of it. She has said it's not an overly complicated design. I was playing with colors and I'm trying to go outside my comfort zone. And I've had a few skeins. We had a little bit of a I don't know, love-hate relationship, I guess, with this color. It's beautiful, but it's sometimes hard to figure out what to do with it. So this is a Dreaming color. We had a batch of the April 2021 pop-up color. So it doesn't actually have a color name to it, just April 2021. It's such a beautiful spring color with these peaches and golds and like spring greens in there. Michelle knit a caramelized sugar hat with this that we had on display for a little while, and she held a yellow mohair with it. It was absolutely gorgeous. So I am going outside my comfort zone, and this is the direction that I am going with it. This kind of medium brown. I was afraid, Melissa and I were talking, I was afraid it would look too fall, but it looks pretty spring to me. There's a lot of dirt going on in the spring, especially in Michigan. My other thought, and you guys can give me your opinions on it too. My other thought was to go this direction with it, which I really love, but it also looks a little bit like a like my slipping sideways top, but it is very beautiful and I just like, look at that color. This green is beautiful. This Variations yarn is, the variation in the yarn is lovely. So I would love your opinions. Tell me what you think, whether you think the green or the brown. It would be a pretty 3-color shawl too. Well, I don't know. She has not sent the pattern to stores yet to start sample knitting, so I have a little bit of time to think on that one. But we will have kits from Dream in Color. I shared a post that they put out there the other day. They have 6 different combinations of colors, and I love it. Brown, green, brown, green. You don't make it any easier for me, you guys. The other thing that I am working on right now, I started a new project. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. I have been looking at the Magnolia yarn that we have here. So Universal Yarn Magnolia. If you've been in the store and you've seen the little gray dress, the Muti dress that I knit, little girl dress, and kind of a silver gray color, that's what this yarn is. turquoise. Oh, maybe. I do teal everything, Julie. So this magnolia yarn is really soft. It's a 95% modal, 5% cashmere, machine washable and dryable. That little baby dress that I did, or little girl dress that I did, I threw in the laundry with just a normal load of clothes of mine in the washer and the dryer, and it came out looking fantastic. It feels really good. I think, and Joyce knit a top out of this yarn, actually in this color, and really was happy with it. So she did say it relaxes a bit, so I'm keeping that in mind. So I decided I would go through my projects, or not my projects, my library and my favorites, and find something that was a fingering weight summer-ish top, but not on size 2 or 3 needles. So what I came across was the summertime top. And it's weird. The picture has that like sun reflection, so it's kind of hard to see. But it's got this little bit of lace down at the bottom. There's a better picture. There we go. Summertime top. It's got this lace that goes on the diagonal on the front and the back. And you see, look at the side. It's more of like a vest. It's open along the sides. Then you knit a little piece of I-cord that you can stitch down it. You could probably stitch it as far as you wanted. So obviously it's a layering piece. It's pretty lacy anyway to not have something under it. But this top has been in my favorites for a bit. And I decided that the magnolia was going to be my choice. I may, for as infrequently as I knit things more than one time, I do really like the hand-dyed look in the pattern photo. Just that little bit of tonal color adds a lot to what just would be a plain knit. But so far, this is what I have. So you can see the diagonal starting with the lace. You start at the bottom and knit up to the top, and you're essentially knitting a mirrored piece. So the lace is on the same side for the back, and then you stitch it up at the shoulders. But it's a pretty simple lace as long as you follow the chart, which tends to be my issue. I did have to rip back about 10 or 11 rows the other day. So the full lace itself is only a 2-row repeat. So it's just when you get to this little end here and you're doing the decreases, you follow a different chart. And I like to fly by the seat of my pants and act like I know exactly where I am. And sometimes I don't. So I was probably here. And then I realized, looking at my lace, it was not going on a diagonal anymore. It was going straight up. So not really what I'm going for, but I'm very happy with how it's looking so far. This is written for anywhere from a 31 to a 51-inch bust, and takes anywhere from 550 to 1,300 yards of fingering weight yarn. The only thing I can't figure out is yardage for sizes. I don't see it listed anywhere. It's not listed on the pattern. It's not listed on the Ravelry project page. It gives you the high end and the low end. But even in the pattern, it just says fingering base 550 to 1,300 yards. I may message the designer about that. I don't know. This is not a designer I've worked with before, so I'm not sure if how responsive she is to things. I pulled 3 skeins. These are 361 yards each. So that would give me 369, just over 1,000 yards. I can't math like that. 1,080. Sounds about right. So I'm assuming that would be enough. This yarn is lovely. It comes in a variety of colors. We've got coral and yellow and spring green and a denim blue and really pretty purple, that silver, like I did the little dress out of. There's an orange over there. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. If you're not local and you want me to send pictures, I'm happy to do so. If you are local, come in and check it out. So that's my other work in progress. For somebody that owns a yarn store, I am not very organized. I have all of my projects shoved in one big bag that doesn't have a handle on it anymore, that I don't ever zip closed. I need to remedy that sometime soon. Let's see, that's what I'm working on. The Casa Pinka thing is coming up. Oh, I wanted to mention, because we have been waiting since December, I'm guessing, for Malabrigo to come back in stock with their ivy colored yarn. So back around the holidays, I knit this cowl called Killer Queen by Mary Annarella. And it is a cowl that's knit flat and then seamed. There's the seam of the back. It is not stranded color work. It is all mosaic where you're just knitting with one color at a time. I really love how this turned out. A lot of people really love how it turned out, and all of my green yarn disappeared. Hi, Bev. They finally have the ivy back in stock. So if that's one that you were waiting for, it's never too early to start holiday gifts. It takes 2 skeins of your main color and 1 skein of your contrast color. So what I used was 2 skeins of Malabrigo Rios in Ivy and 1 skein in Ravelry Red. You get that nice, the beautiful pop of red in there. So for those of you who asked me to set yarn aside for you when this came in, I have your yarn set aside. If you were just kind of keeping an eye on things to see when it came back, it's back. Another question is how much I'm going to get out of the box and put up on the shelf between now and when I leave on Wednesday. We shall see. I have lofty goals. I will at least get the Rios out. I just got a couple, 4 or 5 colors of Rios. I did get some new colors of Malabrigo Chunky, which is fun too. I know it's not the right season, but it kind of is. It's still going to be a little bit chilly around here. Let's see. Hi, Marcia. We talked about the kits being on the website. Again, LYS Day is April 29th. We will have little pins like we had last year. I ordered more than I got last year, so I'm hoping they will last a little bit longer than, I don't know, I think they were gone in the first hour last year. So I'm hoping they last a bit longer than that. But you will, the first 50, I think I got 50. The first 50 people will get a free little LYS Day pin, and it's a different color this year than last year, so you'll be able to tell the difference too. I don't remember if last year's had the year on it or not. I don't think it did. Things coming up other than local yarn store day. Something that's not anything that is of my doing or that I really have anything to do with, but it just popped up on my feed and I wanted to mention it because I know I have a lot of Stephen West fans amongst us. He is coming out with a new ebook tomorrow called West Knits Pet Knits. volume 1. I believe it said 6 patterns for pets. And it's got a picture of Brioche and Stitch, his 2 French bulldogs, on the cover, and it looks absolutely adorable. So that comes out tomorrow. You'll be able to get that on Ravelry. Most likely you can also get it via in-store sales, which means you can buy it through the shop and we put it in your Ravelry library. Oh, Mom said last year's has the date. Okay. So it'll look different anyway. I don't know if this year's will have the date on there. I think they're going to try and do like different colors to differentiate the years. We'll see. I don't have them in yet. So the Westnitz book comes out tomorrow. Yarn tasting. I mentioned it at the end of the video last week, but it is on the calendar and it is under classes and events now. The Barocco yarn tasting would be next week, Thursday or Friday. I'm offering these lights. I tell you what. It's worse than my watch telling me to get up and walk around. 2 dates available. Both days are 3:30 to 5 o'clock. So that's April 13th and 14th. It's $20 to participate. What you get is a cute little organza bag, which is pictured on the little graphic. You may get some other yarns in there. Again, depending. I get home on the 12th, so I'm not quite sure what I'll get done by the 13th, but we'll see. You may get some other tastings of different Barocco yarns in addition to those 6. 4 of them are new yarns for Barocco, and 1 is a summer classic, they call it. So $20, what does that get you? It gets you this little bag of sample. It's enough to knit something with all 6 of them. You have enough yarn there to make a cowl. So I provide different pattern options. I tell people to bring a variety of sizes of hooks or needles. We'll have knit and crochet patterns both. You get a yarn tasting menu that gives you descriptions about the different yarns. You get a spring lookbook from Barocco, and you get a chance to win some prizes. They have pattern books. They have, I have a kit. So good stuff there too. A full skein of yarn. So I think it'll be a good time. In addition to that, you get $10 toward your purchase that night if you purchase any of the yarns that we talk about from Barocco. Some of it I will have in the store. Some of it we might have to special order, but we can do that. No problem. I'm putting orders in with them all the time. Holly, yes, I saw you put in for that. I'm excited too. So that is coming up again, April 13th or 14th. Yarn crawls are in July and August. The middle of the mitten yarn crawl is July 20th through 29th. I do have the link on the website for purchasing your passport and or bag. The bags will be different this year than they were last year. I have not seen them in person. I just know they'll be different. So that's July 20th through 29th. It overlaps a little bit with the Heartland Yarn Adventure, which they're calling more of a shop hop. And the Heartland Yarn Adventure is now up over 60 participating shops, which I think is really cool. When they first announced it officially, there were over 30 shops, so they've gotten a lot more participation. The Heartland Yarn Adventure is Michigan, Ohio, Western Kentucky, and Eastern Indiana, as far as I know. So that's pretty cool too. That goes July 28th through August 6th. Upcoming things. I think that might be it for upcoming stuff. I did mention already that there will be no Monday motivation next Monday. Depending on where we are and what's going on, I may sometime in the next week, pop on and do a live from down in sunny Florida. We'll see. You guys tell me if you want to see the sunshine or if you don't want to see the sunshine, but I'm hoping you'll get a lot of it here while I'm gone too. So let's talk about local shops and local things that we've been doing. So I posted photos yesterday of our busy weekend that my daughter and I had. Saturday, Saturday was a cool day because I got to come to the shop and I got to see Melissa and her boyfriend. They came into town. So we spent some time hanging out and knitting and talking about all kinds of stuff. And Sarah, the owner of the bead store, was back. So I got to see her. Christina was in. So I got to see her. All kinds of people that I normally don't see because I don't pop in here on Saturdays very often. But I did, and I got to see Nicole and Ashley and all the Karen and Deb, of course. But then I almost said Saturday evening, Victoria and I went to Midland. We had tickets to go see Legally Blonde, the musical at the Midland Center for the Arts. Almost said Dow Event Center. That's here. It was fantastic. It was a packed house. It was funny. It was, the crowd really got into it and we didn't know it, but this Saturday's performance was the very last show for their 2022-23 season. So it was the very last one, which I don't know, when we've been there for other things, it was pretty packed too. So, but we made sure we had some time beforehand to stop at Live Oak. I believe the one in Midland was the original Live Oak. It's on Ashman Street and it's a really cool place. We got dinner, sort of. She got a bagel, I got quiche, and we got coffee, of course. We like our coffee. Yesterday we went to Frankenmuth. She wanted to go to a little place in the river place called Sticky Tea. She has been feeling a little bit under the weather, so she's been making a lot of tea for herself. And she found there's a store called Sticky Tea, and they sell different infused honeys and honey mustards and honey butters, and then all kinds of other stuff too to go with it. Like she got her lavender honey that she wanted for her tea. I ended up getting a jar of pesto and some Italian pasta to make chicken pesto pasta for dinner. And they have it set up so you can taste all the different mustards and honeys and honey butters too. So it's a really cool little place. So Holly, you were there too. Cool. But just a couple stores over happens to be La Crêpe du Jour, which we really like, because who doesn't like a crepe? Every time we go there, I tell myself I'm gonna get a savory one. I don't eat all that sugar. Because they have like spinach and chicken, and they have their list of savory crepes is actually longer than their list of sweet crepes, but sugar gets me every time. So they also do specialty coffee drinks. So we got our coffee, but then I got a French toast crepe, which had like cream cheese and strawberries inside and cinnamon sugar. It was delicious. A new business in Holly, I think once or twice tried the savory crepes, but I don't know, just because we don't get there very often, I feel like I want something that I wouldn't make for myself at home. So new vendor in the marketplace. I don't think I've talked about Myrna's yet. I know I shared a post when she first opened, but Myrna's Kitchen, I think, is the name of it. And it's right down, you can see where I'm sitting, down that aisle there. The yellow spot is Divine Taste of Chicago. Just past them is Myrna's. And Holly, the cupcake shop. I avoid the place intentionally. Myrna's is doing Philly cheesesteaks. She has chicken, bacon, ranch, Philly sandwich that I got and was absolutely delicious. It's got banana peppers on it, in addition to the chicken and the bacon and the ranch and the lettuce and tomatoes. She grills everything right there. She also has a chicken and dumpling soup and chili. She does chili in a cornbread dish, which is really good. Cornbread's nice and sweet. The chili is not too spicy. I've gotten things from her a couple times and it's always been really good stuff. So, yes. Yeah, the chicken bacon ranch Philly, so good. I was a little bit bummed the one day she sold out, but I had already offered to take some home to my husband, so he had to be a little bit disappointed. But she's been busy and she's rocking it out and we love it. And she's a sweet woman too. So we're excited to have yet another really cool vendor in the marketplace. Sips is going strong. We're hoping that Crude Ups is one of the barbecue places. We're hoping they'll be able to open soon. There is supposed to be a new custom hat place back near where the bead store used to be. I honestly haven't wandered back that way though, so I need to do that. I need to go check out what's in Thrive, and I need to check out that the hat shop too. I feel like I'm in a little fishbowl in my little bubble sometimes, and I don't get out very often except down that aisle. Because the bead store is at the other end of that aisle too, for those of you who are not local and haven't been in here. I'm looking around me to see if there was anything else that I wanted to tell you all about. I do have all 7 kits in the shop as samples. So if for the LYS Day shawl that Jill is designing, we have them all here on display. Like I said last week, I feel like holding them up to the camera doesn't really get true pictures, but if you go on the website, the link Melissa posted, those are pretty accurate, other than the thank you, Lucretia. The only one I feel of the photos that doesn't look accurate is my custom one, because I think in the photos, I have yarn rolling everywhere. I think in the photos, this looks more blue than turquoise. And even in the camera, it's coming across that way. It didn't seem so much when I held it with the other ones. You got more of the turquoise look to it. But it's definitely more turquoise than it is like a straight up blue. Other than that, Jill's a graphic designer too, and she's the one that took the photos. So they're pretty spot on, and that's her business. So she has to represent the yarn looking accurate because she sells the yarn. Oh, there we go. Well, Tammy's Closet and Hat Boutique. Aha. See, I got to get out more. Okay. Oh, Mary, I didn't even talk about the sweater I'm wearing. I am wearing the little white cardi, it's called. Obviously, mine is not white. The designer is Kate Oates. Caitlin Oates, I think it's Kate Oates. Melissa and I were having that. Well, I was having that discussion with myself and Melissa earlier. But it's just a little open front cardigan. It's got a little bit of lace up at the top. Just some eyelets. It is a pretty snug fit. And it's fairly short. But that's what it's designed for. Just a little layering piece. Might actually be working pretty well to take it on the plane with me. So I held a sport weight solid cream color with Malabrigo's silk silk paca, which is a silk and alpaca lace blend. It's written to be held with mohair, but I wanted something a little bit less fuzzy. So this alpaca silk blend works really well. You get that marled color. I was going to mention it because there are sometimes that there are mistakes in things and I don't take them out, but I do tend to point them out to people. So in this, if you look at the lace on this side, see they're in little clusters of 4, 3 little clusters of 4. And this side, I have a cluster of 4, a cluster of 5, and a cluster of 4. But you guys didn't notice that, right? And wouldn't have if I didn't point it out. There's a mistake in this too. You know what though? We're human and it's going to happen. But I really do. I like just this sweater is a great little one just to throw on as a layering piece. For some reason, a lot of the sweaters in my closet or a lot of the like knit tops in my closet are 3/4 sleeves and my forearms are always freezing. So I like this one. I mean, it's the perfect length sleeve. It's just a really well written pattern. Dropped your Malcolm asking if I've dropped my yarn and had it roll down the aisle. I'm hoping I don't jinx myself by saying that's never happened. However, most of the time I tend to be in the middle seat because I'm traveling with my husband and my child and neither one of them wants it. And I'm the one that gets along best with both of them. But I do know that I'm very thankful that I like circular needles because I would be that person that would drop a double pointed needle or a straight needle and have it roll all kinds of places. Anytime I use anything other than a circular needle, I end up dropping something, whether it's on a plane or anywhere. So I tend to take a backpack with me on the plane and keep everything pretty contained down in there where the string is just coming out, or if I can help it, have the TV tray out and have everything up on the TV tray. Yeah, don't jinx me, Malcolm. I don't need that. Stitch markers. Yeah, we go through a lot of stitch markers. Thank you, Aunt Jackie. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think that's everything. Again, there won't be a Monday motivation next week. I will go in the events though and create the Monday motivations for the rest of the month. And make sure you look at our events page too for all the other things we've got coming up, the yarn crawls. And I don't know if I created an event for the yarn tasting. I don't think I did. That might be a project to do tonight. We'll see. I have lofty goals, you guys. Okay. I hope everybody has a great night and a great week. I will be here Wednesday for a bit. My flight doesn't leave until Wednesday evening. So I will be here in the morning for a little bit. And then I will be on my way. Karen will be shop sitting. So feel free to pop in, say hi, keep her company. She enjoys that. It gets lonely when one of us is here by ourselves. Holly, thank you. I hope you find a shop down in Florida while you're down there. Thank you, everybody. Okay, have a great week. If I don't see you on Wednesday, I hope to see you all when I get back, and then we'll get ready for the rest of the month and all the fun events coming up. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye.